Hello everybody, this is Mike from Nymphs, Knots, and Nonsense, and today we are going to be tying the zucchini. Zucchini is a style of chironomid. I learned it on the internet, tied a couple, threw them in my box, went out to my local Club Water, which is a chironomid factory. Lots of chironomids pop off there of various species, and I had a little bit of a slow day. Put one of these things on in the mid-afternoon and caught a lot of fish. I think I caught 16 fish that day. Don't quote me on that, but it is a fish producer. And I'll tie these in a size 12, and then I'll tie them in a size 12 with the smaller hook, and I'll tie them in a 14, but that's what we have here in Massachusetts. The water is a little bit thin, our chironomids are a little bit smaller. You go out west, you can tie these in a 12 or a 10. Now, the materials for this fly are pretty easy. We start with some red brassy wire, just regular UTC red. You'll need a hook, anything that's a curved scud hook. In this case, I've got an Umpqua X series in a size 12. You will need some black holographic tinsel. In this case today, I'm using the Vivus H13 size large, so 11 millimeter. You can use the small size, it's okay, just make more wraps. And you need some rusty brown thread, and in this case it is UTC Ultra Thread in rusty brown. We will need some kind of resin. I use the Loon Outdoors Fluorescing UV Clear Fly Finish. I love the fluorescing finish because it reflects a little bit of the extra sunlight. And I believe it makes the fly more visible in some cases, but not all. And the last thing you need is some white beads. These are hairline plummeting tungsten beads, but fluorescent white. I really like the fluorescent color. And they're 2.3 millimeter, 2.4 millimeter, or 3/32 if you speak freedom units. Now let's get on with tying this thing. So I've just mounted my bead, the skinny side towards the eye, mounted that on my hook, mounted my hook and my vise, and I'm just going to start my thread. Easy stuff. Cut off my excess here. Take my red wire and do one of my patented tricks here. So I've got a piece of red wire and I'm just going to crimp the last little bit of it with a pair of pliers. Makes it this little ridges there that'll help it to bite into the thread more so it won't slide out. Jam the end of that into the hook and then keep some positive pressure, or you just put a little bit of upward pressure on the wire as you wrap towards the back of the hook, and that keeps that wire right on the spine of the hook. I'm going to go back just a little bit down the bend, come up just a little bit, take my black holographic tinsel. Now this is cool stuff because it starts out looking sort of black, but when you, with some little flecks of stuff in it, once you start wrapping it, it gets this weird like black with a little bit of green and a little bit of blue and maybe a little bit of red in it color, which is pretty cool. But all I do is just take it, and there's a little pocket there that's created when you wrap your thread. I just jam it there or lay it there and then just wrap over the top. Not a big deal. Okay, wrap that back and then we're good. Bring it forward. And I'm going to put a little bit extra here because that end where I tied everything in is a little bit fatter. So I'm just trying to even this out. Almost all of the zucchinis I've seen are looking kind of skinny, and not necessarily with a noticeable taper up towards the bead or up towards the head. Okay, I'm ready for that guy. Go ahead and do that. Throw in a half hitch. Pull that tight. Swing around my bobbin cradle. Take my bobbin up to the bobbin cradle. Okay, and I'm going to wrap this in the rotary. And I'm just going to make these just slightly overlapping You just want to coat the hook. Okay, once I get it to there, swing my cradle out of the way and just wrap around. Just secure that guy in. Pull it back, make a wrap in front, 2 wraps in front, pull it back, a couple wraps like that. It is definitely secure, and we're going to cut off all of my extra there. Don't worry too much about it because we're going to make a little thread head on it, and it'll cover up any kind of little scragglers you've got there. Okay, next thing I want to do, make another half hitch, set up for rotary again. Excess, bring my bobbin cradle there, and I am going to counter wrap the red. It doesn't really matter, and just leave spaces in between them. All right, so I'm going to put about 4 or 5 wire widths in between wraps. Maybe a little bit more, and then go ahead and tie that guy off. There we go. And we are almost done. We just want to put some extra thread in here to build up the head a little bit better. And that looks a little bit like a wing case. So the natural chironomids have usually a wing case, and sometimes they're sort of this rusty brown, sometimes they're yellow, sometimes they're orange. You just want to get kind of close to that color. I'm just going to throw in a half hitch there. Throw in a cute little whip finish. Just 3 wraps for a whip finish. And pull it tight. Cut it off. And then we got one more step. And that step is adding some of my awesome Loon Fluorescing UV Clear Fly Finish, which I put on all my chironomids and a lot of other stuff. But you just want to add a bead of it across the back. Use that tip. And you want to make sure that you have segmentation still visible, because the naturals do have segmentation. Get a little bit extra on the butt end there. The naturals do have segmentation. In this case, I added a little bit of extra, so I'm just going to do this the redneck way. Wipe the extra off with my finger, and we're ready to go. Cure it. Cure it while I spin it. And extra up there on my head or my wing case. Okay, keep spinning that one because I put it on pretty thick. Spinny, 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 spinny. Now I can slow it down. And we are done, and that is a zucchini. As always, you know the drill, like, subscribe. I think as of the time of me recording this, I have all of 15 subscribers, which is awesome, but it's only a 3-week-old channel. So anyway, I will see you all in the next video.